welcome to the Good Company Podcast, episode 2. Yes.
Yeah, that's right, dude. Here we are.
Here we are, back at it again, you know?
Good company.
It's like we haven't even taken a little, we had to take a little break because...
And as you can tell, I 100% remembered what the theme song was and found it to put on this episode.
I can't believe you did that.
So yeah, we were just talking, and
Yep.
I was like, hey, dude, let's talk about that on the podcast.
Yep.
Hold on.
All right, ready? You're not ready yet.
All right.
I don't understand on this thing.
So,
Yes,
Dustin, he wants to switch teams.
I do.
Interpret that whichever way you
Don't want to
prefer.
interpret that whichever way. Let's go ahead and elaborate on that right now, folks. So I currently this is a very heavy topic, right? People get mad about this.
People are going to take sides.
Well, yes, they will. It's going to turn into a bloodbath. I have had an iPhone as long as I've had a phone, and I want to change. I want
Dude,
the Samsung.
He wants to join.
I do. I want to join the Android team.
Yes.
So bad. I saw, and some of you may have seen this, I was just telling David about this. There's an ad where in the ad there is like a guy and I guess his girlfriend or something, and she gets the new Samsung, and then she's like, looking at the features, like, oh, it's cool, and then he looks at his phone and he can't do anything that her phone can do. So then he gets the next, then if he hands to the next thing, he gets a new iPhone, but then the new Samsung already has all those features the iPhone just got and more. And he's like, oh man, my phone's not. And then he keeps going that, and then he's like, you know what? I'm changing teams. And then at the end, he gets the new Samsung, and now he's got all the features. And I
everything he could ever want.
And I thought about it for like 20 minutes. I'm like, there's no argument against that. Like, it's 100% true. Apple innovated as long as Steve Jobs was alive, and once he died, they just gave up.
They said no.
Like
we're just after money now.
The last time they really gave it a good shove was maybe the iPhone 5 when that came out. That was all right. And then it took like 10 years, and then they came out with the 10. They're like, okay, but the face thing, I mean, Samsung already had that there, didn't they?
The face recognition.
Yeah, the face recognition. Yeah, before. So it wasn't like new stuff. It was just new to Apple.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you hear people that have Samsung phones all the time say that Apple is just ripping off Samsung. And it's like 100% true. And I'm not. This isn't me like trying to like. It's whatever. And it's funny how political. I'm more afraid to share my opinion on this than I am sharing my political views.
Yeah, dude,
people get so mad about this.
They will. As someone who's always had an Android, I've never had an iPhone. I can tell you.
And let me be clear.
Certainty.
I think iPhone's a great phone. That's not what I'm talking about, though. If we were comparing the two, and I'm specifically saying based on features and what's available,
an iPhone will do everything you want it to do.
Yes. And people make the argument, well, it does everything I want it to, and nothing more. Fine.
Okay, but what if you want something more?
But what if you want something more? So that's my argument. Is that iPhone
now,
and with that logic in mind, that's perfectly fine, and I understand it. But if we're talking about innovation, that is literally that's like the counter definition of innovation.
Right.
It's like
now,
not innovative at all.
I would also like to say that this episode is brought to you by the Google Pixel #sponsor, because that is what our video
what we're
is
recording
on.
with.
Let me double check.
Huh? We don't agree on everything. We have disagreements.
Now, let me just say that you brought this up, and look, one of these Apple, one of these Edomites is coming in here talking about the Apple.
Trying to get in here and ruin the Good Company podcast.
The Edenites, not Edomites. That doesn't make sense. But now your wife doesn't want you to switch over.
No, because she's afraid of how powerful I'll become.
Which is a
once I get because once I go to the Android side, she's gonna realize that I'll be the one running that house.
Now you said before we started recording, welcome to the Good Company podcast, Cameron.
Yeah, we got
everybody.
We got our good guest here, Cameron Manarese, local carpenter.
Welcome to the We Don't Have Kids podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome to the.
Now your wife said that she's concerned about the bubble thing.
Yeah, so she doesn't want the text to go from blue to green. That's like the biggest reason why people don't want to switch.
That's a good sign that she doesn't hate you.
Well, so
she's like, oh, I still want to be able to.
Now my question is does she realize that the whole texting thing between Androids and Apple has been the messages will still be green, but the whole texting's been fixed.
Yeah, we talked about that, and I still don't think she would even care. I think it's more of for her, it's a matter of principle.
She looks at color and she hates it.
She's a true racist.
A true racist.
My wife
she hates
my wife
hates
the
them
racist.
greens. Hates them greens.
Hates them greens, you know. Everybody
hates them greens. So, dude, just join, bro. Join us.
I really like. I'm telling you, I watched that commercial and I thought about it and I looked into it. I'm like, this is right. Like I can't come up with it. There's no argument against it.
Right.
And then like 2 weeks after that, I saw the ad for the Samsung that unfolds into like a tablet, and I was like, Apple will never do anything even near this.
The Pixel has one too, and I kind of want it, but I refuse to spend that much money on a phone. It's literally like $1,800.
That's what I spent. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, am I doing this? I just did it.
Yeah,
not me.
Yeah, no, we talked about
just
it.
Cut it.
We cut it.
Yeah, now we have work.
Now we have to cut it again.
Sorry.
Let's
keep talking about stuff we have to cut.
I don't know if you guys. I don't know. I showed it to Dustin at the rehearsal of Meredith's wedding. But did you look at the YouTube video of the last episode we did, the Amish people?
Oh yeah.
I put a lot of work into the editing because when Dustin's about to start the quiz, he's like, David, when you're editing,
try and just quiet down a little bit. She can hear us up there. She's trying to put him to sleep.
Okay.
Sorry.
So
how about you tell that boy to shut up?
Grow up.
Yeah, grow up and deal with it, buddy.
When I was editing, Dustin goes, "Hey, David, when you're editing, put in here like a theme song, like ding." And as soon as he says ding, I like literally put an intro to like a quiz show with a theme song.
It was so cool.
Yeah, put a lot of work into that.
What's up, guys? I'm back.
Should we tell him he's off?
I'm out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I was trying to help with the baby.
It's
upstairs.
okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to start recording on our phones now.
Yeah. Brought to you by the Google Pixel.
Yeah. And an old iPhone.
Well, a lot's gone on since last time we recorded. America's free again.
Yep.
Seemingly.
The elections did happen.
It is now actually popular to be a Trump fan right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
I know, like all the NFL, everyone's like emboldened to come out. I saw Sylvester Stallone like introducing him at an event.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone.
Like, everyone's like,
John Jones gave his belt and did the Trump dance.
Yeah.
Dude,
John Jones across the NFL and college football Saturday and Sunday. Tons of players.
All the people are like, it's like, dude.
John Jones
this whole
is back.
time we thought the gays were in the closet, and it was the Trumpers.
And now they're out, dude.
Now we're out.
Listen. John Jones is back, champion, undisputed.
What? Isn't that insane?
He's supposed to have one more fight though.
Heavyweight
champion. He said he's not retiring.
They said he's the. When was his last fight?
Saturday?
No,
before that.
It was literally like 5 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't fight. Well, I think he had one fight before that, but he did not fight for 5 years.
Because he had health reasons, right?
No, he had a drug problem.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, and he went to rehab and. Then he he was just being like a crazy person, but he's back, won his fight, like
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and the
guy he fought retired, right? After this fight.
Stipe? Uh-huh. Yeah, he was like 42, something like that.
I don't think neither one of them broke 40, right?
I think Stipe's 42.
What's his name?
He was older, but I don't think. I
think he's 42.
How old is John Jones? He's 30. He's 37.
How old is Stipe Miocic?
Hey Siri, how old is Stipe Miocic? 42.
42.
Oh wow, you're right. Sorry.
So he won back. He's the champion, undisputed, greatest fighter of all time probably, and does the Trump dance.
Yeah.
And then they bring the mic to him and gives all the glory to Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then does an interview and says cuss words.
Well,
vulgar.
Well, we take our wins where we can get them.
I know. Same way with Trump in the White House.
Yeah.
Take our wins where we can get them.
Yeah.
There's just some stuff we don't want to
talk about. A lot of wins, not in all the right places.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. No, I mean, to be honest, I don't expect anything out of Christians in sports except for
especially me.
I was
in a church softball league. There's a couple of athletes that really do stand pretty strong, but
like Jake Paul.
But for the most part, dude, like Kevin Durant, even Steph Curry says stuff every once in a while, and you're like,
really? I've never heard. I mean, I don't really follow, but like,
Steph
I mean,
Curry.
he doesn't. Like everyone.
He doesn't.
Yeah, everyone knows.
He doesn't say it into a mic, but if you watch a basketball game,
really.
I do that thing that you do that every Christian does when they're watching sports and they see somebody mouth a cuss word and you go, "Hey, what'd that guy say?"
Yeah,
you know, you just. But yeah, I mean, it's hard. I feel like there's two things that are almost impossible for like Christians to like come through unscathed. It's sports and I was gonna say sports and the military.
It's politics.
Like you go, like almost every Christian I know that joined the military, they come and visit after like 2 years being in like the Marines, and you just go,
oh man, that bullet nicked them.
But
hey,
it can be done.
You can come back.
Yeah,
you can climb back up the ladder.
Yeah,
Grace.
I'm toward the bottom, and I'm getting there.
We'll let you back.
All right.
But yeah, dude, Trump is our president.
I like this dog.
Max.
Yeah.
And because Trump was president, somebody sent us Sour Patch Kids, red, white, and blue.
Yeah, Chucky
were they sent to us?
Chucky, I'm sending you. Lord willing,
was that what was in the thing?
Yeah,
and a shirt.
So the bean things came from that.
Yeah.
So he sent them.
He sent them. Which we're gonna play Bean Boozled.
No, we're not.
We're gonna do it.
No, we're not.
We're gonna do it.
I'm moderating that. I'm not. No.
No, you gotta do it.
I know my limitations.
Tonight in youth group, I used them.
I hate it.
Did you do the hot ones,
dude?
No.
I've done the hot ones. I bought them and did them for our youth group.
Hey, grab the other side of this.
This man.
Where my yeah,
dude.
So we can pull it together.
How many?
I don't want to put the mic down. It's gonna be weird,
dude. We're in it now. We have to.
You grab my thumb.
Wow.
Grab where my thumb is, right here.
Where's? Oh, I didn't.
Yes.
It's so much easier when I know what's happened. But no, I bought the hot ones, and we did the spicy ones. That Carolina bean is. It's actually not as bad as you would think because there's sugar in it, and the sugar kind of coats the spice like quite a bit. But still,
we did that, and I got a really juicy flavor. I was happy.
Tonight, when I did that in youth group, it was the first time God ever let me win. Every time he's smacked me, he's like, "No, bad."
One of these beans is
Horrible.
cappuccino or liver and onions, and I don't think I would like either.
No.
Like cooked liver and onions is a
Dude,
meal.
can
At least it's not dirty.
Can we talk about the boy who couldn't figure out which one was tasty and which one was bad?
Yeah, talk about Kaz.
Huh?
Say it. Kaz, my gosh.
Talk about the boy.
Yeah.
Kaz.
What were the two options?
It was pomegranate. And we'll read it off of that. What's the one with pomegranate? Like a bandage?
Bandage, dirty bandage, used bandage,
Old bandage.
So
close enough.
So, Mr. Kaz, he ate the bean.
He's listening. Talk to him. Tell him.
Kaz, I'm talking to you right now. Listen to me. Hear my words.
He's gonna text us as soon as he hears this.
As soon as you hear this, text me and tell me you're going to seek help for your taste buds. Because he ate the bean and thought about it, and then after 30 seconds decided it was the pomegranate, and like 10 minutes later he was looking for something to drink to wash the taste out of his mouth.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, pomegranate."
Yeah.
Smiling. And then he like walks out of the room.
Does he know what a pomegranate tastes like?
And then I'm like,
idea.
and then I'm like, Kaz, I thought you got the good flavor. He's like, yeah, but I don't think I did it anymore. It's like, it took you 10 minutes to realize it tasted bad.
I'd like to change my answer.
Which is, and on one, and like I say, a pretty big respect. It is kind of endearing because he's so easy to please.
Now I know I know for a fact that I'm the weird guy here, but I like licorice flavored.
You could listen.
Beans. The black jelly beans.
If Kaz stayed over, I could just
lose.
I could feed him.
No, I love
literal
licorice.
trash from my trash can, and he would be happy. Like what a wonderful trait.
I love licorice jelly beans. The lose for me would be the cappuccino and liver and onions. That would be the lose for me. We should do this. Everybody, let's take a turn right now.
No.
Let's do it all night.
No, let's just we're gonna take a turn.
Episode.
We're gonna take a turn. Bean Boozled
Passing it back and forth.
right now. Right now, I'm flicking it.
I'm moderating.
All right, I'll go.
Ready? Boom. What did I get? I got strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish.
That
Now,
has to be the worst one.
the hardest part is going to be.
Did you hit the
figuring out
booger one?
which one
That
of
one is
these
that one's bad.
is the right jelly bean. Because the pictures aren't exactly.
I got you. I did this.
It's crazy. You can't sniff it.
Which one is it?
To tell. You don't tell until you bite it.
The banana smoothie or
the
I forget what the bad version.
I don't remember it was bad.
That's it.
Yep.
All right, so this could be a strawberry banana smoothie or a dead fish.
That's what it was.
All the fish I've ever eaten in life were dead. All right, here we go.
Most of these things, I don't know how you would ever know.
I think I know which one that was.
Your body automatically knew, huh?
Here you go, buddy. Watch that.
I knew.
Wash it out. Get the flavor out.
Oh my goodness.
Eat these now.
No one got that one. Rough, huh?
It's stuck in my teeth.
This was your idea.
You wanted this.
Oh, how the turntables.
Oh, dude, you know right away.
If you're not watching on YouTube, you should be. Because this is.
I gotta talk to Bobby Kennedy to see what kind of chemicals are in here.
Dude, I thought that earlier.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go.
Tastes like. All right.
I'm gonna be a commentator. All right, Cam goes in for the play. What
Pomegranate?
Pomegranate or
old bandage.
Apparently, that was really hard to tell.
Here we go.
What do we got?
You got the old
Bad?
bandage?
Yeah, how long did it take you to realize it was a bad flavor?
Literally the first bite.
Yeah, I got it immediately. Yeah, I know pomegranate.
Dude, I don't
Like
want to. I don't
You have to.
Oh, it tastes like an old bandage.
Please,
Dude, it's disgusting
God,
right here.
God help me, Lord in heaven.
Yuck.
Remember me. It's on the line,
Oh,
right? Or do I spin
God.
it again? I don't know which one that would.
That looks
go
like
to.
peach or barf to me.
It looks like it's on the red one.
It looks like it's
I'm just gonna spin it
peach or
again.
barf.
That's crazy.
All right,
That's definitely licorice.
licorice or burnt
rubber. It's an easy one to pick out.
Dude, this is awful. God help me, please, Lord. Oh, it's horrible.
Is that the burnt rubber?
Yeah, man, that is nasty. That is like. Oh.
What do you have in there? Water? That looks dark.
Yeah, that looks gross too.
Celsius mix. It's like a drink packet mix.
With water.
Yeah, with water. It's So it's your hydrate.
All right, David, go again.
Dude,
Go again? We're taking 2
No,
rounds?
give me that. Oh my gosh,
All
that
right,
was.
here we
not-
go. This is it. Last round before this turns into us just eating jelly beans and. Oh, that was a terrible.
Hold on, I gotta dig food out of the couch.
All right, we got
Dude,
juicy pear or a booger.
the
It's
booger
the
one.
green one, right? This
If I
is
get
it?
booger, I refuse.
You would agree that this is it?
That's dude.
I
Yeah.
eat boogers all the time anyway.
The booger one's a nat.
All right, here we go.
That one, I almost
Time
threw
to
up.
see if my boogers taste right. They don't taste like your boogers.
I mean, it didn't taste great, but it wasn't like bad.
Well,
Like it
Did you
wasn't
get
like
the booger one?
yeah, like it didn't taste good, but it wasn't like
Really?
that's
When I had the
disgusting."
booger, I got the booger one once, and I almost threw up. I did not like it.
Maybe it's supposed to be the juicy pear.
Flick it. Oh, how done.
Well, pear doesn't taste good necessarily.
I guess it depends on the pear.
Yeah.
Pears are bitter.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I still
got
have
booger.
that taste in my mouth.
Juicy pear booger. And we'll go something different. Oh,
What's that?
peach or barf. That one scares me.
Bar.
Which one did I had that burnt rubber? Did
Oh, I don't like barf.
No one does. Did
you
get
the
barf? look at his face. Yes.
Why?
Oh, gosh, I could.
For you
throw
guys
up.
tuning in on
Oh, dude,
Apple
I just laughed
Podcasts
so
or
loud.
Spotify,
I
you're
laughed so
missing
loud.
like the
Your
back
kid's
of
trying
the
to go
throat.
you're
through.
missing the show. You can't get this kind of stuff if you paid for it.
Round 2. There it is. Come on.
Like the back of my throat's tingling. Because it's that.
Because you're gonna throw up. You
No,
feel
but
like you're
it's
gonna throw up?
like your body has a
No. Oh wait,
Got
what is that?
Tutti Frutti or Stinky Socks? Tutti Frutti is also
I just did the peach barf. It was
Man,
barf.
Tutti
this
Frutti is also
is-
ironically what Dustin
that?
is
I think
in my phone.
the ratio, because most people got, I think it's like 3 people who didn't get out of like 15 kids. There's like 3.
So they're mostly bad.
I think the ratio is probably like 10 to 5.
There's not an immediate So
We have to go until someone gets a
I
good
think I
one.
did it. I think I did it. I won.
What is it?
I got the Tutti Frutti. It tastes like what's that fruit gum called?
Good. We're done.
Juicy fruit.
I was gonna say go until we find someone. To go in.
Or
Honey, keep me a drink.
No. I think I was thinking juicy fruit, but it's
Kayla, do you want to take a turn?
Honey, if you did the barf one, you'd throw up immediately.
Kayla, what's like the stereotypical gum that's in like the yellow wrapper?
Yeah, juicy fruit.
No, not that. The one that's like it's like a hay bale, like a little pink hay bale. Yeah. So like a yellow and blue wrapper. I was thinking, but it's not juicy fruit. It's the other one.
Bubble gum.
You're stupid.
I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know what the flavor is, but
it comes in like the big tub. We have them at church. That's what it tastes like.
Max.
Oh man.
Oh, so that was.
Hey, do you remember the gum when we were younger, where you bit into it and the inside was had like a gel or something? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't know what it was called, but I do remember.
That stuff was awesome. The flavor lasted half a second, but it was worth it.
Most gum does last like not long.
Not Trident vibes. That stuff, man. You put a piece in, last all day.
Hey, thanks for sending this stuff.
It lasts like an hour.
Yeah, thanks
if
for sending in this.
If you want to
this
see us
candy.
do anything on air,
hey, we're done with that, right?
well, you send it, we'll do it.
Yeah, I'm done.
That was
Send
stressful.
it, we'll try it.
I can still taste that whatever it was. What was the first one I had?
I can taste the barf.
You know what this means? God heard my
The
prayers.
dead fish.
I just had one.
I can
Just a cup of water. I don't want to drink 2 sodas.
I can still taste the dead fish. It's in my teeth.
David, can you hand me some of? Can you hand me some of them?
Dead fish is bad.
Sewer
I kind of want you guys
kids?
to try the dead fish just so I can.
I
see your
don't want to.
reactions.
I don't want to try any of those. Thank you, sir.
All right.
See, you know what I like about Sour Patch Kids? I know that all of them are going to taste delicious, and I'm not going to want to throw up.
It's true.
What color was that one? What flavor?
In my mouth?
Mm-hmm.
You don't even know
Kid.
you don't even know what color he put in his mouth.
Idiot.
It's kid flavor.
That's
There's no difference in the flavors.
Yeah, I didn't think
at
so.
all.
No.
As it says, blue raspberry, lemon, and red berry. Love you, baby.
They're all that the same. It's just a mixture of the flavors.
I'm joking. I think they're different.
Definitely different.
Skittles aren't.
So
We did
dude-
that game where we had the kids.
Had the guess what flavor? Yeah,
Yeah,
they're all
what
the same flavor.
They're like red, blue. It's like
Yeah, that
they're all
was
the same.
on that pot. What's that pot? You know the
Skittles,
pot- they're all
like
the same
regular
flavor.
Skittles.
The regular ones, all the same flavor.
Are you sure? Because I've done.
No, I promise.
My favorite Skittles are the blue bag, the tropical.
Yeah, you've been fed lies your whole life.
No, those definitely taste different.
Oh my gosh, let's just take it to. Where's my phone?
Tropical Skittles 100% taste different.
Yeah, because it's a different type of Skittle. I'm talking about just the regular.
The regular
Skittles.
Okay, like I'll believe you on the regular red bag Skittles. I'm talking the blue bag is definitely different flavors.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'll believe you on red. I don't think I really eat red Skittles.
Regular Skittles have different flavors.
Dude, this is an educational podcast.
M&Ms.
M&M's definitely all taste the same.
All taste the same.
But I feel like that's kind of obvious. Like, it's very clear it's just chocolate.
So the official statement is they are. It's funny that people are actually debating this. So they're technically, from like a chemical standpoint, not like that they're putting chemicals in there, but like from like a scientific standpoint, they are different flavors. But there's not enough of a concentration for you to really be able to tell the difference.
You can definitely tell the difference in tropical.
Oh, 100%. No, you're right.
Them pineapple and
I
ones
agree
and the
with
banana
you.
ones are so good.
My beautiful baby boy.
I'll bring some to the table. How about we do this? I bring something. It can be whatever. Be a topic, a story.
It's a random topic.
And whatever you want to bring, then you whatever. Story, thought, whatever.
Okay.
And then you story, thought, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I read this article.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a true story. Man skipped work for 6 years and was only discovered when he was nominated for an award.
That's amazing.
Say what?
Here's the story.
He broke the system. What kind of job? Like, how useless is your job that no one noticed you stopped doing it?
He goes, In a surprising incident from Spain, Jacqueline Garcia, an employee at a water treatment plant, managed to skip work for 6 years without being noticed. He continued to receive his salary despite allegedly ghosting his duties, a situation that only came to light when he was slated to receive a service award. Garcia claimed he had been assigned to a job with nothing to do and spent his time studying to occupy himself. When discovered, he was fined, although he insisted he had not been given any responsibilities.
Huh.
Isn't that insane?
And it is insane, but I've heard that Spain is like super woke on like the labor stuff.
Wait, what was his job again? Like what?
He was at a water treatment plant.
Which is probably a huge plant, and he got put on the payroll, and one guy didn't know him, another guy, and water treatment plant is a 24-hour thing.
Yeah.
There's different shifts.
So for 6
years,
Yeah.
no one knew
So there's
about
a bunch
this
of
guy.
different shifts. So some people probably don't know each other. Like not everyone at Walmart
And look,
knows everyone.
and honestly, like I mean, that's happened in the Army. We've had people that are on the books. We have no idea who they are, and then sometimes it ends up being like a guy that like left like 6 years ago. Like he got out of the Army, but he's still for whatever reason on our books with equipment assigned to him, even though the Army knows he's no longer like it's.
Well, that's encouraging to know.
Yeah, it's the government, dude.
The world's fiercest fighting force.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I thought the same thing, and then I saw the rest of the world's fighting forces, and I was like, oh my gosh, we are better than them. This is insane.
That's even more encouraging.
I thought about that, and I'm like, dude, there
That's
are
so
people, and I'm hoping that Trump fixes it because, like things have gotten so lax with who they. Okay,
I have an intern. I have an intern with me this week, and he's interning at our company because he's in the Air Force and he's getting ready to get out. And they have a program where like the last 6 months of his term, like he can.
For us as SFL taps. So
so he's interning with us while he's doing that. And hold on, excuse me.
I did the same thing.
And
these beans.
He was in the truck and he was literally telling me, he was like, dude, I understand the Air Force has always been the easy one compared to all that. He goes, but even now, like, it's so much easier than it was when he joined.
Yeah.
He's 28 and he was like, it's not like these kids don't go through nothing now.
Yes.
He's like, even by Air Force standards, it's like, bro, this is way too easy.
That's a dude. To
which I told him, I said, well, that's what happens when you're in peace, dude. Like you just relax on that kind of stuff.
That's what it's.
Have you seen the new Secretary of the Defense?
Yeah. I have. He's the guy.
You know who he is, Dustin?
Someone told me, but I don't remember.
I don't know his name, but I've seen videos of him speaking.
He's the man.
Yeah, he's like.
Well, you'll know exactly who he is, Dustin. Yeah, you'll know exactly who he is. Look at this.
Is it this guy?
What's his name?
Him. Hold on.
I can't see.
Picture.
Yeah, he used to be like Special Forces or something like that,
yeah,
right?
He was a Fox News host.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was.
Gotcha.
He was
He's
like
bad. Dude.
Yeah, he was like
bad
he was like really, really big in the military. Then he becomes a Fox News host. And
Pete Hagseth. Yeah, Pete Hagseth.
Mm-hmm.
And he said like he's gonna make it so unwoke.
Yeah.
Like I hope he does.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's like it's not. Yeah, he's just
and
like
he's young. He's 38.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like asking him like about filling quotas and stuff like that. He's like, nah. He's like, no. He's like, we're gonna have a standard, and you're either gonna meet that standard or you're not. Period.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's like, I'm tired of all this stuff.
When I joined, and this is the way it's been for like 30 years. Then like so, at least in the Army,
hire.
huh?
Yes.
What?
You were a diversity hire?
No.
Yeah, baby.
In the Army, you have two different things. You have basic training, which is that's like broad spectrum. It's just tearing you down from being a civilian and building up to be a soldier.
Right.
And then after that, it's called AIT, which is your advanced individual training. So whatever your job is, you do basic, and then you get sent off to wherever to do your actual like training for whatever your job is. Infantry, MP, like any combat arms job, it's different. It's called OSUT. It's one station unit training. So your basic and your whatever training is all smushed together. So you roll straight from basic into the next thing. like other jobs, like medic or whatever, they'll go to their basic and then they'll have like a week break while they get sent to whatever base to do their other training at, and it's like classroom, like all this stuff. But infantry, mortarmen, which they're infantry, tankers,
Where's this going?
Cav Scouts. What I'm saying is that in basic, so like the first, you have different phases. You have red phase, blue phase, white phase, gold phase, black phase, or black. It might be black and then gold. Anyway,
Did you say there's 3 different phases and then name 5 phases?
I didn't. Did I say 3? I thought I said I didn't mean 3. I just meant different phases.
Name those phases again.
Red phase, white phase, blue phase,
Gold, black.
Well, that's basic. So there's 3 phases in basic, and then there's 2 in your whatever. Anyway, red phase is supposed to be the hardest part of it because that's when they're trying to get you, like all these like think about like a whiny like self-deserving teenager. They're trying to kill that till there's nothing, and then build on the ashes, so to speak, like right? So the first 3 days are called the shark attack, but the whole day, all day,
Would all
and
this
all
count
night
for the thing that you wanted to talk about?
This is what I'm talking about. I'm saying
I'm
they
not
don't do
done.
that anymore.
Right. Okay.
He didn't finish his guy who doesn't go to work.
That's fine.
Oh,
Keep going.
we kind of segued into it.
How
We
long?
did, we
How
kept-
long? Finish your thought before
I'm
I
done.
ask the question.
Just forget it. Who cares? Do the next thing.
I care.
No, you don't.
I do.
If you want to hear
We
about
were
it,
talking about it happened
give me
in the military.
$5
I
and
care.
I'll tell you
I care, dude.
the people.
I care. Tell me.
The people.
I'm just saying they don't do that anymore. So there's no more shark attack. The first week is called Hell Week. Like it's supposed
It's
to be
just
like
entirely
miserable.
too like lax.
And
We
now,
definitely
yeah,
need
they don't
that
do
again.
that. They call it sergeant's
Yeah.
training or something, where it's like they talk to you and tell you, like it's. So we got all these soldiers that they talk back to NCOs. They don't do anything,
Right.
And then they all of the corrective actions we could have done or used to be able to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
to
yeah.
deal with that, we're not allowed to do anymore.
So to
it's just
circle,
like
to circle it
That's
back,
insane.
Have you dealt with any of this as a sergeant?
I did. I had
Sarge?
this dude when I was at Benning named Battle, and he was like,
Battle.
his last name was Battle.
Wow.
Cool. Okay, throw one of those in my mouth.
He was the worst soldier in the entire United States Army, like undoubtedly. That was
that was
close.
actually closer than
Yeah,
I thought it was.
didn't think it was gonna make
Put
it.
some arc on it.
We came back from the field, his first time out in the field, and he was like 35. He was homeless before he joined. His wife was
He was 35 when he joined.
he was really old for like someone that joins the military, because usually they call us 32, but they're so hurting for people that they're wavering a bunch of people.
I was about to say I thought I was safe, and you're over here telling me about people joining at 35.
If things get bad, they'll take
No,
anybody.
you just tell them. You just show them that little gut and say, "I'm due soon." Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
But we came back and he said, "Wow, I didn't know the infantry was going to be this physically demanding." And we were like, "What did you think we do?"
But that was it. That wasn't.
That
Like,
was-
he didn't like give you a fit.
He did at one point.
You have to like
So
throw
when
the law at him. Like,
there was one day his life got real because so like when you're
real.
His life.
his life got real. When you're a private, you're like something, especially like in the infantry, what we do is we tell them like, hey, you're going to give a class on the SAW, which is a machine gun or whatever. Like you're going to give a class on this specific infantry task. And like you give them like a week to prep for it or whatever, and then they give it. And part of it is so that one, they can teach other Joes stuff. They get accustomed to being in a leadership position, and it forces them to actually look into information they're supposed to know. So I told him, I gave him like 3 weeks to prepare a class on the M249 SAW, which is a squad automatic weapon. And he was giving it, and he obviously had no idea what he was doing. And I was going to be lenient. Like, all right, he's never done this before. He's never touched this gun. I'm just going to, I'm going to let him go through it. And then at the end, I'll make a note of everything he does wrong, and I'll tell him. And so
you're going easy on him.
Yes.
So you're the reason the military.
No. I'm
That's
not
what
done.
you
I'm
just
not
said.
done.
You said it.
He got to the end when he was supposed to be when he was supposed to do clear, disassembly, reassembly, and a functions check, which is like super important for like EIB and other stuff. Anyway, and he starts to take it apart and he gets confused. So I try to help him, but without touching it, I'm like, don't. Like I told everyone, like don't do it for him. He's got to do it, but like you can talk to him. And then he just sits down, and I'm like, Battle, are you gonna do anything? And he's just quiet. And then the other team leader was like, Battle, like what is going on? And he's like, honestly, I just stopped caring. And we ruined his life for like the next week. Nice. I made him hold the machine gun over his head and run back and forth to the water tower until he could find his care. And I made him do that for like 2 hours.
That's good. That's what I'm talking about.
That we can't do that anymore.
You can't get in. Oh.
You can't?
Nope.
Like, you're not allowed?
So, on the books, no. But depending on where you are, if you can get away with it, then, I mean, yeah. But
So, it's two things. One, the entire time you were talking, it reminded me of a joke that Harrison's mom said during the reception when you were giving your speech and you were making jokes. And she looked at me and goes, "Can you believe this guy taught at West Point?" And it made me laugh. And I went, "Yeah, he's probably one of the smartest guys in the room." But you were like, you were telling dumb jokes on purpose, which was you crushed it. It was hilarious.
Thank
you. It was really good.
It was so funny. And then she also made another joke when all the groomsmen were walking in. Harrison said she looked at him and went, "Look how inclusive they are with all these gay couples."
Dude. That is so funny. Harrison's mom listened to this.
Yeah,
that was. Dude. I want you, Mrs. Harrison Ford. That was,
dude. She's so.
That
funny.
Was so good.
Yeah,
that's
hilarious.
so funny.
But to circle back everything you're saying back to what Cameron's topic was.
Like, I was only saying that to
no, yeah,
compliment.
Yeah. I know, I get it. But I'm on the same page as you. I'm circling it back to the same thing to ask the question. The military, obviously, a job where like, it wouldn't take long before we felt the effects of people not showing up for work. How long could you just not show up before somebody notices?
40 minutes,
right? Same.
It would maybe less.
Yeah,
right. Like
it would be.
One of the
I have
women
a flexible arrive time too.
So do I. I have the flexible.
Like, I don't have to clock in at a certain time, but it's usually between 8 and 8:15.
I pretty much account for myself.
But if I'm there like 8:40, there's a text coming like, "Hey, where you at?"
Yeah, I pretty much account for myself, so I feel like I could get away with like an hour or two.
That's pretty cool.
Before somebody's like,
yeah, I would. I don't think I'd make it very long before someone in the office would be having a meltdown over where my invoices were.
Right.
Yeah.
And even then, because when I start my workday, I'm supposed to text in into like because we have like a work chat. I'm supposed to text in like, "Hey, I'm in."
Right.
Like if an emergency comes in, send it my way. That kind of stuff, just so like they know what's going on. And then I'm also supposed to tell them like, "Hey, I'm out for the day." Stuff like that. And if I forget to text in, I will get a text message like, "Are you in?" Like, I'll be at work working. "Are you in?" "Oh, yeah, I'm sorry."
I could say,
and I don't think I have.
I could pretty easily go like, "Hey, I'm going to the lumber store, or I'm going to Lowe's, or I'm doing something like that," and get out of work for hours.
Mm-hmm.
But 6 years?
No, I mean, I would have to. The work's not going to get done.
That's like the definition of government work.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely pull some shady stuff just because I'm not questioned on.
Yeah.
I've got a good material who's to say, "Oh, it's not like I have a manager over me, like, oh yeah, he needs more 2x4s or he needs more trim, or
yeah, you're kind of like your own supervisor,
right? So it's like I could do that, but
yeah, I kind of.
Matter of fact,
now that I'm thinking about
I got
it,
these ideas.
Wait a minute.
I have kind of a similar so I wouldn't be able to get away with it like in the morning because I got to show up to the office, but like the rest of the day, like I'm pretty much on my I'm totally on my own. I'm like my own boss. If I have to order, like I do everything on my own, So,
but in the case of this dude, like it wasn't like a thing where he.
By the way, speaking of, I did that ceiling shiplap.
Oh, that looks nice.
Day and a
That's so
half.
cool.
And then the beam too. I put the beam up today too.
It looks real nice.
Yeah, dude.
But like this guy clearly, like, it's not like he just quit and they kept paying him because they made a mistake. Like, he was like intentionally like skipping out and nobody noticed. And the more I think about it, the more I just don't understand how something like that happens.
Skipped work for 6 years.
That's what I'm saying. So like
he got paid.
So whatever his job was, it must have been so pointless that no one noticed.
Yeah, direct deposit.
That's insane to
Think
me.
about it.
Like, I just don't understand how
it's like a Twitter job. Like before Elon Musk, like he fired 80% of the company because their job was useless.
Like, yeah.
So you know what I mean? So like I feel like this is a similar it's like redundancy hires.
All right, one more.
This
is something I read. This isn't going to take long, but this is a marketing scheme that I thought was crazy. There in the 1950s, there was all these. It was like people start collecting Elvis. Pins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Elvis is a jerk.
I know.
Elvis is a jerk. I hate Elvis. I hate Elvis, and they were like a vintage thing. In the 1950s, Elvis Presley's manager sold I Hate Elvis badges as a way to make money from people who weren't buying Elvis's merchandise.
Yep.
That's genius.
Isn't that genius?
I saw that, and I was like, that's amazing.
That's
wow.
genius.
That's literally...
Because no one's going to buy it who loves him and buys his stuff, but
right.
you're getting everyone.
Yeah, if you're the manager of somebody that polarizing, because at the time, Elvis was like the most polarizing dude on the planet.
There is a guy who's ultra-conservative.
It became a huge thing.
Yeah.
That's next level. That dude's the best manager to ever live.
100%.
That's crazy.
There's making money from every corner.
Yeah, he was like, oh, people hate you? Don't worry.
They don't even know.
Yeah. We'll get their money.
Own this, and we'll get their money.
There's a guy who's ultra-conservative.
And like you could like take anything, like Satanists, or like, oh, Christians don't like us. We'll get their money. Let's make Jesus save shirts.
And how, like. I wonder if anybody realized that money was going to Elvis.
It took him a while. Well, I mean, there's no like internet or anything, so
insane,
unless
dude.
someone if they had a TV, how would you know?
And I bet you if somebody did notice and they were like, "Don't buy these pins, the money's going to Elvis. It's all a scam." Somebody was like, dude, Billy's being crazy again.
Crazy Bill, you know.
Why would Elvis make these pins?
Yeah, that's how conspiracy theory started.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know.
That's one of the most impressive things I've ever heard.
I think it's amazing.
I can't think of another example of something done like that.
There's a guy who's an ultra-conservative who on Etsy and Shopify, and this came out it's probably almost been 10 years, back when the original election with Trump. He was coming out with all this anti-Trump stuff and making a buttload off of it. But he's like, little these liberals know that they're funding Trump's campaign, because he was giving he was giving all the money to Trump's campaign. It was so genius.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. That is funny. I've seen the advertisements like I Hate Steven Singer.
So I've seen those advertisements,
right?
And it says IHateStevenSinger.com. I can't remember who I was in a car with.
It was a jewelry store.
But I've seen those my entire life. I've seen those billboards. And I was driving in a car with someone, and they saw the billboard, and I went, dude, I've seen those my entire life. I have no idea what it is. I thought it was like a radio show or something.
Right.
And he goes, I forget who was in the car with me. He's like, I'm going to look it up. And he looked it up, and it was like, it's a jewelry store. Yep. And I was like, wow. I mean, I imagine it works because people are like,
we're talking about it.
Yeah.
They're like,
how do you forget that?
Why do you hate it? I'm going to go to the website to see why you hate him.
Yeah.
And while I'm here, I'm going to buy these diamond earrings.
We know that, but how much are they selling? High-end jewelry.
I mean, if they've had billboards my entire life, I imagine they're making.
Hey, you should go to I Hate Steven Singer. What's it actually called? What's the company?
I don't know.
You know what? We could look it up.
We could.
I was in New York a couple weeks ago, and there's on the way there, I think you probably saw it going to camp. There's a Buc-ee's 608 miles.
Dude, I promise you, there's a note in my phone because I saw that and I put a note in my phone saying I need to bring that up on the podcast. It says Buc-ee's U-turn, and it's 586 miles.
Yeah.
That is.
They spent the money. How petty. They spent the money to advertise it 600 miles away.
That's awesome.
It literally it says Buc-ee's. It has a U-turn symbol and then 580 something miles.
It's nuts.
And I literally, there's a note in my phone because I saw it. Probably when I was going to camp. And I put a note in my phone I need to bring this up on the podcast.
Yeah, it's insane.
I was like, who does that? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's having money to just.
I still have never been to a Buc-ee's. I've driven by them a handful of times. I've never been to one.
Well, in all your adventures, you should definitely put that on the bucket list.
We drove by one.
Do you know how they got the name I Hate Steven Singer?
No, go.
Okay, you ready?
Hit me. This is why we told you to look it up.
Why? All right. Why all the hate for our man Steven? It all started more than 20 years ago when a guy proposed to his girlfriend with a gorgeous diamond engagement ring he bought from Steven Singer Jewelers. Naturally, she said yes. 20 years later, he buys her another Steven Singer diamond ring to celebrate their 20th anniversary. Exactly 9 months later, the couple walks through the door to show Steven their new baby. The wife proclaimed, "I love Steven Singer." The man responded, "Here we go again. We're up all night with feedings and diaper changes. I hate Steven Singer." Because of Steven Singer, they had a baby, and it ruined his life.
So he said, "I hate Steven Singer."
Yeah, I hate that.
He needs to get his life in order. He needs
So
to tell his wife to tend to the kid.
So it's an ode to getting engaged and having children, and it's Steven Singer's fault. That's why I hate him.
Huh.